Ok. Ừ.
Detached from the world. Greetings, traveler in Paimon. What time is it?
Are you okay, Ganyu? You were nodding off there. Didn't you sleep well last night?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Let's discuss the matter at hand. Since last time, I've been thinking a lot about the story Paimon told me. In essence, someone rescued a drowning man and performed some music. If that were all there was to it, it could have been many people, human or Adeptus. But the tune was allegedly so wonderful that the drowning man forgot about everything else. Perhaps there was an adept. Either way, if this part of—
You really think so? But this story is all the way from Fontaine. Isn't this also? Paimon's really curious about how people from Fontaine think this fairy lady looked. Ooh, like a crystal fly's wings? That would be pretty cool. But actually, Ganyu, if you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about it?
Huh? Me? Well, I'd get them to the shore. Once I was sure that they were going to be okay, I'd slip—
Got it. So basically, Ganyu—
No, it's not like that. I'm just not very good at explaining things. And I also find it really awkward accepting other people's gratitude.
Well, what if this Adeptus in the story had a similar attitude? That would She was probably thinking something like, one was merely passing.
That was actually, as far as I'm aware, Cloud Retainer isn't the most musically gifted. If we set off now, we could head to Mount Outsung and ask her about it. You'll be able to confirm either way if it's her, and I've been in Lea Harbor for so long now that I'm just not as familiar with the Adepti anymore. If there's any—
Sounds great! And we're pretty close with—
I've prepared a gift for her to mark the festival. Just in— Cloud Retainer spends most of her days studying mechanisms in her abode. Never mind. I promised I'd help Mr. Dvorak, and now, Traveler, Paimon.
Seems like this is a tough decision for Ganyu.
Punya
Kinda
klub
gets why
pertama.
she'd be so anxious. Wait, did she leave already?
I can't believe it. Cloud?
Huh? Did we miss her?
She doesn't like to travel, so in the past, it's true. Now that I think about it, since she's not here...
Uh-oh. Got it!
Please go on.
Our goal here is to find the Adeptus that help. We can't hear any music right now, but...
Yes, I think that's...
So, all we have to do is get the Traveler to pretend you know perfectly well that Paimon can't swim. Just trust Paimon! The water's pretty deep over there.
Disuruh tenggelam.
Help! Help! Someone's drowning! If only there was a kind-hearted Adeptus here to save us! Oh no! Whatever will a Paimon do?
What is going on?
Malah siap.
How do you feel right now?
Shenhe! And the Conqueror of Demons.
Why don't you say something? Okay, fine. Paimon will explain. We're looking for an Adeptus who's good at being a lifeguard, but if the Adepti aren't gonna stay home, then how are we supposed to...
It wasn't me.
Yeah, so this Adeptus is most like...
And I am not an Adeptus, as you both already know.
Okay, no way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how
Glad you're okay. As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one like your actions here caused others a great deal of worry.
As ever, the Conqueror of Demons comes and goes, just like...
Right. I didn't dare to say a word just now. How's your training going, Shenhe?
I had planned to spend the festival
Oh, speaking of Cloud Retainer, when did you see...
earlier this morning. She set off for Mount Hu. I noticed she was using an Adeptus art of some kind to protect...
So we just missed her. Please excuse me for a moment.
Sure. Thank you.
It sounds like Ganyu and Shenhe.
Yes. During the summer and winter, I continued to train with Master. Ganyu arranged accommodations for me in the city, but when I try to blend in by referring to her as Miss Ganyu or Lady Ganyu, sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people. Sometimes I'm not. Oh, is that what? So you came looking for Master today because you wanted to ask...
Yep. Oh, speaking of that, have you ever heard...
Music?
It's...
Okay, I'm done. I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us.
Yay!
We were just talking about this thing called music. And based on Paimon's description, I do...
Oh, really?
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music. The faint sound of birdsong, the quiet murmur of the...
Oh! Okay, fine. It's all Paimon's fault. What we're looking for are not...
Oh. And a melody is...
Hey! Don't you patronize Paimon! Let's get one thing straight. Hey! Why don't you just sing that one melody Shen has heard before? It'll probably help her to understand what we're...
from the opera that Yunjin sang?
Mm-hmm. That was a melody, and melodies can...
It felt like I was transported back to the past. In my mind's eye, I could see the Zhao lanterns lighting up the night sky. We're all... As I watched Yunjin's performance, I felt a warm sensation in my heart when you hummed that melody just now. Feelings from a whole year... So...
Wow, Shenhe. That was so... Music definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's like a time capsule with all the special moments from our lives squished inside. What about you, Ganyu? Are there any melodies that have left...
I don't remember if my parents ever sang any lullabies to me. I know some local folk songs. The songs of the sailors down at the docks. The little ditties that the vendors call out in front of their beloved shops. The tunes of folk art. Yes, that's right. In the past, whenever I heard the sound of those tunes, Nenny and Liyue probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect with humans' artistic expression and their sentiments. So at least, that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I start to realize the way those melodies make me feel isn't all that different from other people, even though we come from different backgrounds and have different stories to tell. In that sense...
You go, Ganyu! You're really making progress. You have loads of friends in Liyue Harbor when you think about it. Like...
Yes, I am. Technically speaking, we should refer to each other by the conventional forms of address used among fellow...
Thank you.
Once the days are warmer, I would like to host you at my home in this... I've planted many types of flowers.
You are too kind.
Nonsense. I have cultivated and cared for the flowers just as you taught me. Once you've seen them for your... I will save some for decoration. We can feast on the rest.
Then, thank you in advance.
Do people say that?
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across. No need to split hairs. Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girls' night out. Eating flowers? Really? Does this have anything to do with you both being the disciples of...
Who dares refer to one not by one's Adeptus title, but merely as that illuminated bird?
Bukan saya. Bukan saya.
Master.
Our greetings, Cloud Retainer.
Ah! There it is! The illuminated bird has landed!
Double humph. Now she has the gall to use it rather than she. Even after being chastised once already, one has received your message from Ganyu. On the matter of the Adeptus you seek, well, shall one lead the way?
I still have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory...
If you want to release a Shao Lantern, come and find us anytime.
Thank you, everyone. Happy Lantern Rite to you.
Villager sound. Wait, kok mati?
Is this... Cloud Retainer, why did you bring us...
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong. Guizhong is another name of Agentis, the god of dust. She was extrovert long ago. This region was yet a prosperous assembly. Guizhong often invited her friends to visit. Seagazer would always bring out his latest treasure.
Paimon remembers that name. So that's...
He was an old friend and a former rival. Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. As Adepti, we were each gifted in our own ways, and that his treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his explorations.
Cloud Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
One digresses. Regardless,
What kind of nonsense?
no kind of nonsense were we spared. Sometimes she would brazenly opine, why argue between yourselves when neither of you could ever hope to beat me? She always sought to make everyone happy. It also helped that she never...
Come on, get a...
Anyway, just as our impassioned... Who would dare snub the stove god and his wondering... Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you see yourselves ever enjoying a drink? Then you are most tolerant. But that is... Even one could never find fault with Marchosius's cook. Each of those old fossils, we would drink together from a spot. Streetwood Rambler would often remain to...
Streetward Rambler?
That would be Ping. You probably know her as Madam Ping.
Oh, okay. Wait, this is or are you saying that it was Guizhong?
Alas, long has one avoided this place for precisely that reason. The sights here, one should have guessed that you would disrupt one's poignant moment of mourning with your... No matter, one will share the...
In times gone by, one quarreled oft with Guizhong concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Guizhong's Obscuro Vulpus mechanism was superior. Though one was too proud to acknowledge it, in one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the superior talent in the mechanical
Gila
arts.
cantik banget cuy.
As for the story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul, an emotional enterprise that could never hope to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly, until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili Plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle. When Streetwood Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among the ruins was her lifeless body. After this, at Streetwood Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many lantern rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's... everything. We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next.
Ya,
But are
mirip
we
kembang
Adepti
api
so
dah.
different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
One has always been austere and private by nature, and has never relished socializing. One's dealings with
What? You have loads of friends, and you seem pretty chatty.
just because one is not ignorant of social graces doesn't... But in the end, one is nothing like Streetwood Rambler. She is dauntless but thoughtful. Back when they were rivals, they would often compete against one another in the realm of musical composition. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's proudest works, having the ability to both compose.
Wait, that's weird. Didn't Madam Ping say she pestered an old friend, and she also said something about being a...
Streetwood Rambler, a vain beauty. That bell has a sad history. As for her old friend, as soon as Streetward Rambler heard that a certain Zhang Li, after all, we all have known each other for
Whoa! So they were talking in secret code?
Enough of your intrusions. The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art and can be used to great effect as an accompaniment. But Streetward Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of music. Once upon a time, Streetward Rambler also loved gatherings. Music would go from mournful. Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to our satisfaction. Which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating.
Bro.
Perhaps it was during that performance.
But if she was so happy with the melody,
One was also greatly perplexed by this. In response, though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed behind in Liyue Harbor. Although I met Guizhong a few times, I never knew anything.
Guizhong was quite the visionary, but tragically passed before her time. Her manuscripts still lie. Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, as of now, you know the truth. That the Adeptus who rescued the drowning man was none other than Streetward Rambler. Do you intend to discuss this with her?
Do you mean Ping might find the topic too distressing?
Precisely. The passing of our old friend is a...
If I may be so bold, Cloud Retainer,
Oh? How so?
I've been in Liyue Harbor for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed many farewells along the way. But this doesn't bring the city or someone as perceptive and wise as... Though these immortal mountains have lost an Adeptus, no loss can ever be undone. Ping has helped countless people, and will guide many others in the... Though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit.
we even asked Madame Ping what she thought about adding a music festival to this year's lit. When we get back, why don't we just ask her if she'd like to perform?
Why don't you come with us?
Anak muda.
It's been a long
Gila, dia
time
500
since you
tahun
last...
loh.
Is not every lantern rite the same in this regard? Were there ever...
I disagree.
Bisa jadi lebih
Each new
kayaknya.
day and each new year is different from those that have come before.
Very well, then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
All right. We should be getting back to the... Say, if we planted flowers that...
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment prior.
What? Cloud Retainer?
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This...
Alright. Kalian yang ambil kayak gini nih. Healing dulu ga?
Everyone hold hands. I see everything. Everyone hold hands. I see everything. Whoa, Madam.
It appears you made haste after all.
Oh, bless my...
Miss Illuminated Bird, haven't you said it?
Said what, precisely? And why should one...
Cause you're the one who's known Madam Pink.
Street word. Or rather,
Oh, Cloud Retainer.
one, given that Lantern Rite is almost upon us, Gone.
Huh? So, this all started because we were trying to help Mr. Devor. Cloud Retainer informed us that the one who played.
Ah, let me think. What a long time ago that was. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this story has survived this long at all. It appears that she has
Who's she?
We like to call her Guizhong. From the look in Cloud Retainer's eyes,
Albeit.
after all, Lantern Rite's very purpose is to commemorate the... Although Guizhong did not live to see the splendid sights of today, she was as much a...
So, how has she...
Once upon a time, she said to me that humans were a weak form of life. But as she interacted more and more with them, she marveled at the beautiful complexity of their spirits, the sheer splendor of all they could accomplish. She told us that to underestimate human potential, with the smallest amount of guidance, enormous and a human
Iya,
who
contohnya
has reached their
Kendria.
full potential may well be her equal.
Oke.
She always had a that her mechanical accomplishments were judged superior to one's own was, one suspects.
Speaking of mechanics, Cloud Retainer, do you still remember that potted plant mechanism?
Of course. Guizhong and one both put an immense amount of.
As Guizhong once said, it takes every blade of grass. When I see the sight of
Madam Ping looks very emotional right now.
of all of us, it was Guizhong who was the...
Liyue Harbor is always filled with the sound of music at this time of the year.
Oh, yeah! We've been dying to ask. Oh, also, with you...
I can make arrangements right.
Oh, it's been a long time since I played this zither. And whenever I play that tune, it always reminds... There was a period of time whenever I started strumming, it almost felt like she was, no matter how much time goes by.
So the past still weighs heavily on.
Oh, I would be lying to myself if I claimed, but that is not to say that grief doesn't get easier with time. Despite the sadness, I have found many things. Just look at this potted plant.
It takes an honest and open.
Be that as it may.
Well, if you're... Granny! Whoa. What's everyone doing here? Did something...
Ah, and now we've spooked Yanfei.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm glad. Well, in that case, happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite. Oh, I will leave Mr. Dvorak in your capable hands. Cloud Retainer?
Huh? Does it have to be right now?
It seems Ganyu still has much to learn when it comes to the art of deception.
What a pity. She has learned nothing of one's ability to carry a conversation.
Since it's been so long, Cloud Retainer, why don't you stay? I'll make a cup of tea.
Gladly. This was one.
When you next see the Fontaine musician, please give him my regards. I'd like to wish him the very...
You got it, Madam.
Thank you all. As for that melody, I will play it for you all another time. Goodness knows.
Wow, that'd be great.
When that time comes, wherever her spirit may be among the countless grains.
All right, let's go tell Mr. Dvorak the news.
Dvorak di bawahnya. Oh itu loh, sama catching.
Mr. Dvorak! Ah, and Kuching's here. Welcome back. Really, really well. We found the person Mr. Dvorak was looking.
Are you... I see. So the melody my ancestor heard was an adeptus remembering her late friend? That certainly explains why it was such a powerful...
Huh. That's a really interesting first reaction.
I have to say, though, it's hard to believe that the fairy from the tale is now an elderly granny.
Oh, Paimon knows exactly what you mean. Normally, but Streetward Rambler, or Madam Ping as we know her, probably only became old because it's what she wanted for herself.
Madam Ping possesses vast knowledge and great wisdom.
Yep, Kuching summed it up perfectly. That's exactly what...
I think... yes. That can wait until after the concert, though. For now, I need to devote...
Ah, speaking of, Madam Ping wishes you all the... Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that she'll stay in her usual spot, but listen to the performances from...
Wait, are you serious? Huh. Oh no, now I'm starting... Okay. Nope, another rehearsal's in order. Please excuse me, everyone.
Mr. Dvorak? He's already gone. Before we set off on our search with Ganyu...
Please, share your insights with me.
Well, we found out that music can be used, it can make people happy and moved. And music is like a kind of memory written in people's heart.
It sounds like you had an eventful trip. Don't worry, I'm sure Ganyu will fill me in on all the details.
Wait, does that mean you're gonna carry on work?
Mm-hmm. Just a few things to wrap up. All the groundwork is done. As long as everyone enjoys the festival activities, all our efforts are worthwhile. Happy Lantern Rite to you as well.
That Paimon feels like she's forgetting something. Shoot! Latent Zhangli said he wasn't in a hurry. Anyway, even if we don't make... Anyway...
Oh, ini. Apa namanya? Tahu. Yes.
Oh! Alright, let's take a break here. Oh wow, look who it is! Are you here to hang out with everyone's favorite funeral?
So you're just casually practicing your rapping skills at the entrance to your funeral parlor?
After everything we've been through. You don't see me for a hot minute, and we have all this open space. A clear view of the mountains behind and the sea in front. Not
invisible audience?
Gotta say, it took me a few days to get used to Director Who's way of talking.
Xinyan was pretty spooked too when she first got here.
Come on, knock it off.
What's wrong? I've never seen someone look so confused before. There once was a Fontaine musician who went around town on a mission. He came door to door for his iridescent with my words, Xinyan's chorus, and Yunjin as our... We'll take the stage by storm with flames roaring and the whole audience calling for more.
For sure! The whole dance floor will be yelling encore! Encore! Oh, now...
Oh, don't you worry about that. I'm pretty experienced on the stage, and I've already informed the...
Huh. Guess we'll just have to trust Xinyan on...
Oh, Zhongli. He took one of those fancy meal boxes and set off for the mountains. Said he wanted... It's a real pity that he couldn't be around for this. As well as being a true connoisseur of
Yeah, that's right. Matter of fact, he was the one who first... To tell the truth, though, I never thought I'd really find my...
Well, now you know. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is a great location. All of you are always welcome. I can speak to that.
And jump scares.
Actually, Xinyan, I have some...
Sure thing.
Oh, Traveler in Paimon. I believe Zhongli was heading to Mount Hulao, so make sure you're hiking up the... When you see Zhongli, please pass on this message to him. It's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight. You should join us too. It'll be a riot. If there's one thing I've learned...
Oke doke.
Paimon sees them! It's illuminated deer! And
A familiar face. Have you come from the...
everything's great! But you know, if you...
In fact, Mooncarver has been taking many walks on Mount Tianheng in recent...
Zhongli! Here you are! We've brought the bamboo shoot...
Impeccable timing. Traditionally, bamboo shoot soup ought to be slow-cooked for many hours on low heat.
Wait, that mechanism...
Indeed. Cloud Retainer kindly lent me...
Can we not just call it a cooking machine? She seems to take a lot of pride in her mechanical gizmos, so it's probably...
I trust that you found the answers you were seeking during your recent journey. Excellent. The past should be remembered, but not overly dwelt upon. Our journey should be seen as a means to take on more. When the bamboo shoot soup is ready, I must insist that you try some.
Oh, Zhongli! Huta told us to tell you something. She said, it's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the upcoming banquet we're planning. When she says performance, she must mean the limp. As for the banquet, she didn't tell us anything more about that.
As you can see, I have a prior engagement with 2 Adepti friends of mine tonight. Please, give Director Hu my best wishes for the performance. As for the banquet, since the Director insists, far be it from a mere consultant like myself to refuse.
Yay! Then we'll see.
Absolutely.
Rex Lapis, the bamboo shoot soup is ready.
Thank you. I will examine it right away. The appearance is exquisite, and the aroma rich and intense. Since you came all this way, you should not leave empty-handed. Please, take some soup.
Mana. Bamboo. Ini ya? Ini mah terlalu berbatas. Gila, enak semua. Enak semua.
I'm honored to be here on the Iridescence Tour stage. All right, without further ado, I'm Xinyan, this is Hutao, and this is a little something called...
The Bling Lilies!
I'm up here blazing trails through the midnight sky, lighting up the world below. And when the crowds all hear my voice, they'll meet the spirit of rock and roll.
Let's go! Hey, you butterfly, you two buzzing by, guiding your way to the afterlife, opening the path without a fright. Oh! I'll light the fire, watch it blaze across the universe. I'll spit my rhymes, watch you set, or you'll get burned. Hey! Woo!
Does anyone have any plans tomorrow? With another year behind us, I think we deserve a celebration of our own. My treat. Interested?
The Tianquan footing the bill? I can't miss out on that.
May the year ahead be a blessed one.
I believe it shall be.
Master, the Xiao lanterns,
Ha! Elementary. One shall fashion for you a Xiao lantern the likes of which the world has never seen. And you must take it to Liyue Harbor to display its magnificence for all.
Listen! That must be Madame Ping!
Wow. Kok nggak rame lagi di sini? Kenapa tuh? Nice. Wih, ya elah, pencet coba. Agak pencet mulu sih. Hey, kebablasan coba. Oh, yo, too much. Ini yang itu.
Okay, now I need to get a move.
Listen to you.
Don't try to tell me you.
The Adeptus Seeking Voyage. I've also got just the...
Okay.
Listen to you.
Don't try to tell.
The Adeptus... I've also got...
My hammer.
Everyone hold hands.
There is no escape.
This way for you. Make yourselves at home.
Hammer. Another. Order guide you. Stabilize.
Shine down.
This is order.
Hey!
Let's light it up.
Solidify.
I see everything.
I'm going in.
There is no escape. Torn to oblivion.
Udah nih, kelar. Udah dong. Yep.
Illusion shattered.
Committed to memory. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone hold hands. Yeah.
Teamwork is strength.
I will have order. Gather.
Shine down.
Okay.